Ah, yes. Seven Spanish Angels by Ray Charles and Willie Nelson. That was a nice
Morning,
one.
too.
Yes, it is a good morning.
That's a great way to start.
Yeah, they put some good music together,
Oh,
didn't they?
boy, didn't they sound great together? And Ray Charles, I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
Wow,
he
was
really did it.
wonderful. Great.
Yes, that's right. That's
Great.
right. That's right. And the weather's great out there. It's just cool, and I keep hoping some of those clouds will release a little bit of precipitation at least. We so badly
Oh,
need it.
it'll burn off and it'll
I
be
know.
90 degrees.
I know. Yeah.
So are you interested in the word for the week?
Yes, what is the word for the week?
Rule.
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 R-U-L-E. Rule. Okay.
Yeah, R-U-L.
Okay.
Right.
R-U-L-E.
So let's look at this. Rules to make sure everybody understands. There are rules of games.
Yeah,
Okay, so
that's true.
in baseball, 3 strikes, you're out.
Okay.
4 balls, you walk to first.
Okay.
So those are the rules. Now, when I looked at this word, I was coming up with all the different synonyms for this word, and I've got them written here somewhere.
Okay. All right.
And the reason I wanted to talk to you about it is that in the rules, you can look at them as guidelines.
Okay.
Okay, a guideline.
Yeah. Pirates of the Caribbean say those are just guidelines, actually.
That's right. The suggestions. That's where we get in trouble when we think the
Yes,
rule is
yes.
just a suggestion.
Just an idea.
Just an idea. And I mentioned baseball. So in baseball, we got measurements.
Okay.
60 feet, 90 feet to the bases. There's structure. There's order. You've got 9 people on a team. And then, of course, all the board games that we play.
Sure.
But let's take this a little further and say that the great synonym is principles. Principles.
Okay. All
Now,
right.
in
Is that the
accounting-
same? Ah.
Yeah, in accounting, we have generally accepted accounting principles.
Okay. Okay.
And those would be the standards. They would be the procedures. All right. So now, as you think about this, begin to get into where we're headed with this, because it's going to take a real twist here in about the middle of this presentation.
Okay. All right.
So you
Hold
have
on.
to be ready.
Hold on
All
for the
right.
ride. Here we go.
So several years ago, I'm working with this client, business owner, who was very, very frustrated. His employees were coming to work late. There were deadlines that were being missed, tensions in the office. And he said, look, I don't understand. These are all good people I have. What is going on? I asked him one question. What are the rules? He paused and said, well, there are no rules. We don't have anything
Well.
written down.
Yeah.
I just expect people to do the right thing.
How do they know?
How do they know? And that's when I said, there's your problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody needs those
So we sat
boundaries.
down and we started talking about it. And within 30 days, we created 5 basic, simple rules.
Okay.
Be on time. 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
We start work.
Yeah.
Do what you say. Communicate early and often. Respect everyone and finish all the things that you start. 5 simple, basic
Nice.
rules. See, they had no direction. They had no clarity. They didn't really know what to do. Where there is no direction, there are no rules, and without direction, there is no success. So that's where we are with the word for the week beginning March 23rd, 2026. And as we always say, write this word down. This will be an intriguing word for everybody to think of during the week. Is this a rule or is it a suggestion?
Yeah.
So the word comes from the Latin, very similarly spelled, and it meant a straight stick or a bar or some kind of guide.
Gotcha.
That's what it meant.
A ruler,
Right.
coming from that
A
word.
measuring
Okay.
stick. Remember when you're in school and the teacher tapped you on the head? With it? No, not you. You were too good.
Right.
All right. So it's a rule is actually not meant to control you. It's meant to guide people toward
Nice.
what is right and what is true. And we've talked about the rules in accounting and all. Now, as a verb, it is to govern or lead, to exercise authority, make a decision, like we in the legal field we say there was a ruling from the judge.
Okay.
So the core idea is that rules are at the intersection of four words: authority, discipline, structure, and leadership. And those four pillars, I look at them as a framework for life where there is leadership. So the question around this word authority, who sets the standard? Who sets the rule? Who has the right? Well, the business owner, he had the right to set the standard, set the rule. And if you don't have authority, they are just suggestions.
Just guidelines,
That's what they
actually. Yeah.
So we
yeah.
must become the authority over our own life. We got to take control. Be responsible for our actions. Secondly, the second pillar is this word discipline. Who lives the standard? Who lives the rule? Will I follow this rule consistently? And if we have no discipline, we're frustrated, we're inconsistent. Remember, the employees, they just came in whatever they wanted to do. A rule that is not followed is just a wish. All right. Third pillar, structure. Where does this rule operate? Well, the roads, we've got certain rules that we must apply on the road. Speed limit, stay within your lane.
The lights.
The lights, drive with your lights on at night.
Sure. Red lights, yellow lights, green lights. All
we
those.
got all kind of rules.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have to tell you something funny. One time I had a friend that was so into rules, and there are some people that says if this is the law, you got to do it. You can't break the law at all.
No.
Very strict.
Gray, just all black and white. Yeah.
And I pulled into the crosswalk, the pedestrian crosswalk. They said, back up. You're against the law. You shouldn't be parked in it. I mean, So where did this rule operate? Well, we have, and then we have some things that I've seen these signs in some people's kitchen. If you mess it up, wash it or something. There's rules set. The rules of the house. Okay.
I need to get one of those signs.
You got to get that sign. We have morning routines. We have calendars. We have systems. We have habits. All right. So structure is the environment allowing rules to breathe. All right. So we talked about 3. Now, number 4 is this idea of leadership and the rules. Who models the rules? Who multiplies the rules? All right. And that should be the leadership. Leaders are responsible for creating the atmosphere so that everybody will grow, become better. They should demonstrate it, and they should teach the rules. So the real responsibility on that first story I told about the business owner, he was responsible and he didn't do it.
He needed to provide that structure, the rules.
Right. Leaders set the rules. And they live them openly and visibly. They show the rules. So if, and this is, I love this really. Tom Ziegler wrote a book about the 10 virtues of great leaders. And the number 1 rule is kindness.
Nice.
Be kind. Leadership personally bring on the rules. So let's reframe here all that we've talked about here, mastering this word. And that's what I want people to do. That's why we do this every week, is for their growth. Get it better, learn the word, create the vocabulary. Rule sits at the intersection of authority, discipline, structure, and leadership. So it's right there. Authority establishes the rule. Discipline is the way you live the rule. Structure supports the rule. Remember, we talked about community. We're talking about support, hope, and accountability.
Yeah.
But support. Leadership creates and multiplies these rules. Think about how it goes out. One employee gets it. The next employee tells the other guy, you know, you're really not doing that like you're supposed to. So when these 4 pillars align and balance, get them all together, you do not just have rules, you have a well-meaningful, purposeful life. And it's so beautiful.
I used to teach about 20 to 30 boys how to play guitar.
Oh,
That was a challenge. And I remember telling them, we have one rule here, and it encompasses all of the things you mentioned, the 5. Respect. Respect each other, respect the things, the guitars and that, the supplies in that case. So,
right.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, like you go to a big concert or you go to a big conference or something. They get up on the stage and they say, okay, we have some house rules
That's right,
here. The
right.
bathrooms are on the right. And
yes,
so
and
they
yes,
tell you.
yeah.
So how do
Every place has their rules.
How do we apply the rule of life? How do we apply it? Number 1, take responsibility for the life. That's the authority. We get up early in the morning, 5 a.m. That is your discipline. We have a calendar that tells us where we're going to be and what we need to do. And we have that intentionally. That's the structure. We have structure in our life.
Right.
And you know, you can't, Zig Ziglar was so good about this. He said, you can't be a generality. You can't just be general. You've got to be intentional. And, you know, I've told you about coaching the young ladies at the Christian Women's Job Corps.
Yeah.
The name of my course, Focused Intentional Life. Focus, they have a plan. That's what we're creating.
Nice.
So the other, we're looking at leadership now. I speak truth with kindness and love. A man or a woman without rules, live by your feelings.
Yeah.
How do I feel? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
A man with rules live with purpose. All right. So the modern day meaning, and we could go into a lot of ways, but I want to cover one, is the self-leadership. And that is the toughest person to lead is yourself.
Yeah.
The self-leadership is so important and it's so tough, but you have to have daily disciplines. What do? You know, it's like I get up early every morning. I read my devotionals. I pray. I read something positive. Then you got to have standards for your behavior. So you've got daily discipline, standards for your behavior. And then you must have things that are non-negotiable. You're not going to give up on those things. So I just wanted to cover those now. So probably the greatest person at doing what we were talking about was Benjamin Franklin.
Okay.
I mean, he was so good at this. At 18 or 19 years old, he sat down and said, I can be a better person. And he wrote down 12 things that he wanted to work on, and he would work on it one each week.
Right.
All right.
And then start over.
And then start over,
Okay.
do it the next quarter.
Okay.
All right. Now, he had 12. But did you know there's 13 weeks in a quarter? Because 13 weeks, all right? 4 times 13 is 52.
There you go.
That's where I get that. No, somebody else got that
Figured that
for
out.
me.
Yeah.
But
That's okay.
so he went to a friend of his, though,
Yeah.
after he wrote the 12 down
Okay.
and said, "Did I leave anything out? Is there anything else that I can work on?"
Mm-hmm.
And his friend told him, he said, yeah, you can add another thing, and the reason you didn't add it is because you don't have any.
Oh.
And the word was humility.
Oh.
So the greatest failure in leadership is to create rules that the leader does not follow. So I look upon my friend Zig Ziglar.
Good.
Okay, Zig Ziglar, rule of life, and there's more than one. Feed your mind daily
Nice.
with positive, optimistic ideas. Move your body on a consistent basis. His son Tom has a thing that he exercises every day, at least 30 minutes a day, persistently, consistently.
And it all counts, doesn't it?
All counts.
Yeah.
Encourage others on an intentional basis. We use this word air, a little small word, 3 letters, air, A-I-R. Misty, I appreciate you getting up early Monday morning and coming to this show.
Mm-hmm.
You inspire me with all the things you're doing, and I recognize you as a wonderful person. So
Why,
air.
thank you.
Okay, take it.
Err on the side of caution.
Right.
No, I'm kidding.
Set your goals in a meaningful way. Have meaningful goals and pursue them until they're completed. And then lastly, live with character. Live a life of integrity. Do what you say you're going to do. Do it when you say you're going to do it. And because the biggest thing about integrity is that when you live a life of integrity, it creates trust.
Right.
And when people that you do trust, when they do something wrong, you lose integrity. And a life of integrity builds legacy. In 100 years from now, that's what they'll be saying about you. If you live a life of integrity, remember, always there, you could always trust them, you could respect them. So integrity is a great way. And I always tell everybody when they have a tough time coming up with why, what is your purpose? Well, let's just step back and write down the action steps, the legacy steps to create legacy. And that's doing the right things and being the right person, doing the right things. And Ziegler said it, you can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want.
Right.
Then you can start to give back and create that legacy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, I want to remind everybody this show that you and I do on Monday morning.
Yeah.
Every morning, I will send out a reminder during the week that the word for the week is rule.
Great.
And we will give them a little snippet to remind them. Write it down and use it.
How do they get that reminder from
It's
you?
on Facebook.
Okay. So
And I think it's on LinkedIn and Instagram.
Okay, great. And this podcast will be up on Spotify if they want that as well. And we're putting it live on Facebook as we speak.
That's right.
So they can come back to it as well, not just
Well,
live.
and we want, we have this idea of, it's kind of a rule.
There you go.
Is that we don't want to be guilty of the sin of the desert.
What is that?
That is where you know where the water is, but you
don't.
tell nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in the
Share.
desert, you pass somebody, you need to say, "Hey, man, the water's up around the bend."
Yeah.
And
So we
that's
help
what
each
we
other.
want to do. We want to be kind and considerate, and we want to tell people, "Gosh, I love you." I love you. I care for you.
Mm-hmm.
I admire you. You're wonderful. All that stuff you want to tell people. What did Ziegler say? Be intentional about your encouragement.
Right.
You
Right.
know? I mean, he wrote his book, See You at the Top, because of the low self-esteem of the majority of the people in the world.
And
Because
that was not recently that he wrote that, and
No.
people are talking about that a lot now. But
still, yeah.
yeah,
But he
still,
wrote it
good
in
point.
the 70s.
Yeah.
In fact, I heard a guy on a podcast the other day.
Mm-hmm.
He said one of Ziegler's great quotes and did not give Ziegler credit.
Oh, it's
I
just
said,
in our
"Oh,
psyche."
No. Shouldn't do that.
Yeah. He probably heard it so many times he didn't realize it came from Zig Ziglar.
Right. And one last thing.
Please do.
I got notice from Amazon.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Drum roll.
Yeah. So I'd say by the end of the week, we'll definitely have the book up and
Nice.
ready to go. And let's see, sometime the first part of April, we're going to have a launch party.
Sweet. And remind our listeners, what is the name of your book?
Balance in Crisis.
Thank you. Thank you.
And did you know they have three types of books. They
No.
grade books in. They have low content,
Okay.
medium content, and high content.
And does that mean, is it a quality or is it an amount? How do they measure that?
Well, it's in let's say a low quality would be where they might repeat things over and over.
Okay.
I mean, they're
Okay.
talking about the quality of the content.
Okay.
And I'm a high quality book.
Yay! Awesome. Awesome. Wonderful. That's a great measurement.
Oh, I
That's
I
great.
was excited when
Oh,
we got
yes,
that.
definitely.
That's tremendous,
Definitely.
really. Yeah,
Wonderful.
I'm really excited about the book because it's talking about the lack of balance, but we've got a plan in that book so you can have balance and alignment in your life between your work life and your home life.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
when
That's
you've got quality at home, you've got quality at work.
right. Exactly. Well, thank you, Kenneth. And if people want to have another conversation with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, my assistant, Alan, has set up the website,
Nice.
Kroneal, Kroneal.
A-L. Okay.
AL. It's www.kroneal.com.
Okay.
And they can just go in there and get on the calendar. I think it's a 45-minute conversation,
Okay.
strategies, discovery, who you are, where you are, what do you want to do, what are your
Excellent.
dreams. You know, we talked about dreams 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Yes.
It's a wonderful world, and I'm afraid a lot of people are missing it because they don't have the plans, they don't have the right rules, and we need to make some changes. And of course, the only person that really wants a change is a baby with a wet diaper.
Well, thank you, Kenneth. I appreciate it. It sounds like you're willing to show us where the water is in
That's
the desert.
right. The water,
appreciate
I
that.
know where the water is. It comes out of your heart. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We'll see what's up next with Encore Radio.